You're talking about hot weather? Nah. Fuck hot weather. I hate hot weather. Well, you can't see it. You can't even see it in the darkness. You can't even see it there. See that? That's what I like. 7 degrees. 7 degrees. But it's been raining. It's been raining. Where's Stella? There's Stella. She don't want to come inside. Little baby don't want to come inside. I know she doesn't care about the cold, but I don't want her in the rain, you know what I'm saying? Look at this dumb fuck. Dumb fucking idiot doesn't know what cold is. That curious George ass face. That silly ass motherfucker. Stupid. Nah, but I love cold, bro. I live in Australia, man. I live in this shithole. Fuck this place. I fucking hate this place. Okay, this place, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. But, like, we never get cold weather. I seen snow once in my life. Mount Hotham, I think. In the Alps. Like, we never get snow here, bro. It's just cold. It's kind of cold, but it's mostly just wet. I want cold. Give me cold. I wish I lived in, like, Alaska or Canada. Or not even just, like, it's somewhere that's north. Nah, but I wouldn't want to live in Europe, because fuck Europe. Ugh. Canada. Ugh. This came Mark Carney. Look, Mark Carney's kind of, look, he's a patriot. Nah, he's doing, look, what he's doing with Trump, it's smart. Look, what Mark Carney's doing with Trump is smart. Like, he's licking that boot, he's slurping that meat, but he's pretty much solemnly standing his ground of, like, Canada's not for sale. We're not letting you, you're not fucking annexing us, because that'll be a war, and we're not selling to you, because we don't fucking want that. We don't give a shit about your bullshit lies about tax cuts. We don't give a shit about your bullshit lies about great trade, because it wouldn't be trade, it would just be all of us, between us. It's like, he knows it's all bullshit. Everyone knows it's all bullshit, and he stood his ground. But even Poilievre, whatever the fuck his name was, the Republican one, even he stood his ground against Trump and was like, fuck you, dude, we don't like you here. Like, we don't want to sell our country to you. We're not sellouts. We're not fucking, we are Canada. We're Canada. We're not the United States. We're not the 51st state. We're not governors. We are prime ministers. We're prime ministers. You know, we are a sovereign nation. We are fucking Canada. You do not own us. And that's respectable. Nah, I'm keeping it a buck. I want to put my phone down somewhere, but it's all wet. Everything is wet. Well, that's not wet. Oh, there we go. That's not wet. Is it better down there? No, it's not better down there. You can see the metal. Oh, you can see the metal there. I had it before. I swear you can see it. Wait, I think my genius brain just thought of something genius. Oh, that's unstable. Is my phone gonna fall? No, I'm gonna move my phone. It's definitely gonna fall. I'll leave it like that. No, I don't know. Oh, I love the cold. I don't know. Look, Trump's I don't know, it's so confusing. Right, I feel like, as an outside viewer, as someone who's not American, it's almost just confusing, because it's like, what the fuck are you doing? What's the idea? What's the fucking point? You are just consistently fucking over the people of your country. Why? There's no financial gain? I mean, the only real gain is maybe getting tax cuts for all his rich mates, but he already doesn't pay his fucking taxes. He already does. They gutted the IRS. No one pays their taxes, right? Like, fucking, oh, dipshit fucking Doge. Oh, 2 trillion. Yeah, fucking 2 trillion in your dreams, cunt, in your dreams. Fuck off. Not 2 trillion, not 1 trillion, not 100 billion. We're at 32. We're at 32 billion. And that 32 billion is gonna lead to a net fucking negative because the dumb fuck gutted the IRS. The IRS has no workers. Which essentially means people want to be like, defund the IRS, defund the IRS. The IRS is the reason your country has any fucking infrastructure. Because the IRS enforces people to pay their taxes. If people aren't paying the fucking taxes, where do you think the money comes from? It doesn't appear out of fucking thin air. As much as Trump and Obama and Biden want to just print cash, be like, well, fuck the problem, let's just print more. You can't fucking do that. You can't fucking print more. It doesn't work like that. You're gonna crash the dollar. You're gonna crash the USD because when you print more money and you pump out more money, you're just putting. It's not like you're putting more money into the economy. You're putting more money into the pockets of rich people. That's what happens when you print more money. Temporary fix to a big fat fucking problem. It's stupid as shit. It's stupid as fuck. Now that he's gutted the IRS, people are going to pay that. People are going to be like, well, who's the fuck's going to enforce me to pay my taxes? Because that's what happens when you defund government agencies like the IRS. People are going to be like, well, no one's enforcing me to pay the Internal Revenue Service, so, well, I'm just not going to pay the fucking Internal Revenue Service. So, you've spent 30 billion, but then, again, you've spent the 30 billion on a net negative that is going to cost hundreds of billions in fucking taxes not hundreds of billions, not that much, but billions of dollars in taxes are going to be pissed away because you dumb fucks gutted the one fucking service which you don't gut. Why gut the tax service? They're the reason your country fucking functions. Well, not the reason, but they're a big fucking part in it. And don't act like they're not. Hate taxes all you want. No, because taxes aren't the problem. It's what they do with the taxes. Not 90, but a large, an unreasonable chunk of taxes in the United States doesn't get invested in the economy as much as it should. And that's not to say that it's corrupt. That's not to say it's getting embezzled. Weirdly enough, America's a corrupt country, but it's kind of different. In America, the only ones that are really corrupt are politicians, and that's kind of impressive when you look anywhere else in the world. Everyone, if it's a corrupt country, everything's corrupt. The cops are corrupt, the police are corrupt, the military's corrupt, everything's fucking corrupt. Look at fucking Mexico, fucking any South American country, almost any African country, quite a few, underdeveloped. What is that? Oh, fuck off. Quite a few underdeveloped third world countries. Asian countries, that is, third world Asian countries. What was I saying? Fuck. Everyone's corrupt. But in America, it's just no, it's not just the politicians. I'm not trying to pretend like there aren't corrupt cops and there aren't corrupt this and corrupt that in the US. Because there are, but it's mostly politicians, and that's kind of impressive. And a lot of tax money, it does get, not a lot, a fair amount of tax money does get embezzled, but not all of it. Not all of it. A fair amount does, but not all. My point is, most of it just goes to shitty government spending, $1 trillion military budget. Boom! $1 trillion military budget. You don't need that. I have said time and time again for ages, America does not have the strongest military on the planet. It has, maybe arguably it does. It has the strongest navy, definitely, the strongest navy. I would argue against the United States having the strongest military on the planet. It has the most expensive military on the planet. That is a fact. The only facet of the military that is the most powerful in the US is the Navy. That's it. The Navy, and that's it. Everywhere else, I would argue, could be equal powered, if maybe not overpowered, but definitely equal powered by quite a few countries. Like, people want to act like China. Look, China sending a bunch of dumb fucks to Ukraine to fight for Russia is like, man, who cares? The full boot, the full force, how do I say this? The full force of China's militaristic boot is strong. And don't act like it isn't. Because at the end of the day, like, it's so funny. Where people want to be like, oh, but China makes shit quality stuff, and they make China this, and China hate this, and China hate that. They make everything. You have this one country where everything is made, and everything has been made for decades. Yeah, maybe the shit they sell to other people is ass. The shit they have for themselves is fucking quite nice. It is quite fair. I mean, didn't a Chinese J-10, what is it called, the J-10 Raptor or J-10 Dragon or some shit, jet, owned by Pakistan, didn't that shoot down, I mean, obviously that's a manned aircraft, like, so the skill of the fighter matters just as much as the aircraft, a skilled enough fighter could bring down a stealth bomber in a fucking MiG-29, If you're good enough, if you really know how to fly, if you really know how to approach a fight, if you really know how to approach an air fight. What the fuck am I saying? Fuck, it's so nice out here. But what was I saying? I was saying something. Yeah, a Chinese, I think it's called the J-10, shot down like a French aircraft. Yeah, a Pakistani flown Chinese aircraft, J-10, shot down an Indian-owned French aircraft. And it's just like, and people were surprised by that, and I'm like, why? I mean, again, it's a manned aircraft. The skill of the fighter matters. But at the end of the day, what to you is inherently shit about Chinese products? The EVs are better. Like, what's that company called? It's called like BYD or some shit like that. BYD is one of the best EV companies on the planet. That's no glaze. They outdo Tesla. They outdo anyone. They outdo anyone. And that's actually going back into that thing I said about the US military being the most expensive, not the most powerful. Same with Tesla. Tesla is the most expensive and most, like, worth EV company on the planet, but they're not the best. Far fucking from it. BYD is way better. Doesn't Tesla still use the surround 3D cameras instead of LiDAR? Like, what? I mean, I get that on like the older models. But doesn't even the Cybertruck not use LiDAR? Why not? Why wouldn't you use fucking LiDAR? It is objectively better in almost every sense. Oh, whatever. What was I saying? Yeah, Chinese products aren't bad. They're not bad. And this is the funniest thing about the tariff war, where it's like, America can't survive without Chinese goods. China can probably survive without American goods. China can probably survive a fair while, if not. Look, it's the idea, if China can survive 5 years without America, or 4 years without America, no America support in any way, shape, or form, they can survive forever. They can survive without America full stop, forever. They don't need America. And I would argue, China could do that. Same cannot be said with America. America could not lose the Chinese market for 4 years. It couldn't. America would get so royally fucked in that situation where America loses the Chinese market. That does not lead to good things. And I mean, and the sadder part about it is that America actually possibly could function without the Chinese market if it had strong allies. Canada, Mexico, Australia, fucking EU. If you had strong allies in those countries, China doesn't fucking matter. China can go fuck itself. But you fucked them all. Europe doesn't fucking like you. Canada fucking despises you. Japan doesn't like you even. Japan was one of America's closest fucking allies. Don't know if you knew that. Japan was one of America's closest fucking allies. They bought the most treasuries. They had extremely close relations, good trade. What's it called? The IOUs, the US Treasury bonds or whatever. Japan was really fucking close allies with the US. And now, Japan fucking did I say China? I meant Japan. Japan fucking hates the US. Canada fucking hates the US. Mexico never liked the US, but now it fucking hates the US. Like, what are we doing? How is this a positive political or economical thing? I don't know. I'm not an economist, but I'm not an economist. I'm not a politician. But even a fucking mongoloid, a half-wit mongoloid, could realize how fucking moronic what is happening is. Is it better up there? Maybe it's better up there, because I've been like hunched down talking to my phone. Maybe it's better up here when I can be straight-necked. But yeah, I mean, come on, what are you gonna do, huh? And that's actually part of the point. It's incompetence. It's simply incompetence. It's incompetence and a strong misunderstanding of, I would argue, fucking everything. I'm gonna take a quick wee. I farted. There used to be a spider that lived in this corner. It lived up. I never pissed on it. Don't worry. But ever since I started pissing, I don't piss here very often. But I've pissed there a couple times in that corner, and the spider seemingly pissed off. It left. Like I was saying. Yeah, I mean, it's simply like, I want to still think that Trump and that the US government and the Trump administration and the US government, the current US government, has, well, specifically the Trump administration, because that's all I'm really talking about here. Airport just died. Has, like, a greater plan, but they don't. They don't have a plan. They don't know what they're doing. It is genuinely incompetence. It's incompetence. They don't know what they're doing. How do I get rid of this fucking square, this yellow square on my screen? I kind of just want to piss off. Yeah, whatever. I mean, yeah, between everything. I reckon there's a couple people in the Trump administration that have a greater idea of what they want to do. Nope. Yellow square is still there. I thought maybe moving away would get it to piss off. It didn't. There's a couple people I would argue. Their names don't come to mind, but there's probably two people that I can think of them, and I can think of what they've done. I cannot think of their names. Two people that, they have maybe. They maybe have political beliefs that I would disagree with, but they still have a brain. They're not stupid. Like, they know what they're doing, they know how to do their job, and they know what their job is, and they don't really want what's happening to America and what is probably going to happen to America to happen to America. But then you have Trump, who has seemingly... I'm not even saying this out of, like, in a malicious way. I think he might actually have dementia. Because what is going on with him? Like, the fuck? J.D. Vance, who is a cock. Yeah. He's a cock. He's not an actual cuck, but he acts like a fucking cuck. Just loves watching his wife get bent over and pounded by a bull. Seems like that kind of chap. Kind of bloke. Yeah, what a dickhead. What a dickhead. Yeah. I'll never get over that A1 thing. You ever heard of that? There was that, what was her name? The current, head of education in the US, I don't know what they call it, whatever her name is. She's Vince McMahon's wife. I know that. Vince McMahon's wife. Judy McMahon or Joyce McMahon, some shit like that. She's like 80, by the way. Fitting, makes sense. She went on, it was like a morning show, I think. Maybe it wasn't a morning show, maybe it was just like a, when they're like on stage and they're sitting on a chair and they have a microphone in their hand, but there's like, they're sitting down on a chair and they're surrounded by other people on chairs with microphones, right? I don't know what that's called, like a little meeting, but like a public meeting, talking about stuff, Q&A, I guess, whatever. And she started going on about this little thing called A1. A1's in the schools, all these kids are using this A1, all these kids are just gonna, the future of education is just these kids and they're using this A1. A1? Huh. What's A1? Does A1 ring a bell? AI. Artificial intelligence. So not only was she calling AI A1, which is just, what? She doesn't even know what it is, clearly. She doesn't know what AI is, because if she was calling it A1, I'm assuming she doesn't know that it stands, it's an acronym, it's not really an acronym, but it stands for artificial intelligence. So I'm assuming she just doesn't know what it is. The head of education, a nearly 80-year-old woman, which, I mean, I'm not surprised that a nearly 80-year-old doesn't have a good understanding of AI. Why is she the fucking head of education? Why is she the head of education then? Because that's how schools are going. That's how school is. I'm in school. Everyone fucking uses AI. Some people for malicious reasons, some people for not malicious reasons. But full stop, the head of education needs to have a good not even a good understanding, an understanding. A fucking understanding. Just a understanding. An understanding about what fucking AI is. And she doesn't. She doesn't know. She doesn't know what it is. She doesn't know what it does. She doesn't know what it's capable of doing, which isn't very much. But still, like, that's ridiculous. And even then people want to be like, but there's more. Oh, but they're going somewhere with this. Oh, but there's a plan. Trump's not this incompetent. He's not just stupid. He is. He clearly fucking is. Clearly fucking is. I don't want Kamala Harris in office. I wouldn't mind Pete Buttigieg, but I wouldn't love him, but I don't want Tim Walz. I don't want fucking Kamala Harris. I don't want Biden. I don't want fucking Obama. I just want someone who knows, who just understands, who has an understanding, a solid understanding. Which, by the way, all you Kamala glazers, Kamala is, look, I'd take Kamala over Trump, and I'd take Kamala over Biden, and I'd take Kamala over, Tim Walz seems like a bit of a childish man, but maybe I'd take her over Tim Walz. But my problem with Kamala is that she still shows that lack of understanding. She's still quite old, right? I mean, she's 40, how old is she? No, she's not 40. Jesus, maybe 20 years ago. How old is she? I don't remember. She's born in the 60s, definitely. She's younger than Obama. She's younger than Tim Walz and Obama, and Tim Walz was 60, and Obama's like 65-ish, 64, 65, 63 maybe, actually. Yeah, I think he's actually 63, 62, turning 63. I think she's 60. I think she turned 60 last October. But like, she's 60, bro. 60. Can we get a president in their 50s? Please? How? Obama was the last time we had a president in his 50s. Since then, we've had an 80-year-old in office. A 70-year-old. No, the current one in office is going to be 80 by the end of his term. 82, actually. Biden turned 82 in his term. Trump was late 70s in term, and he's turning 80 this term. Then we have Obama, who was elected at 47, and until he was 55. That's reasonable. What? Not even like in their 40s, because I feel like 40 is still pretty young. Like if you're a president at 40s, wow, that's wow. I think there's only been a couple of those actually. I know JFK was one. No, I don't think he was. Was he? I was gonna say Abraham Lincoln. No, I don't think he was. I think he was 50s. I think he was in his 50s. He would have definitely been in his 50s. But Obama and JFK are two that definitely come to mind. I don't remember any others. There's been so many of them. It's been like 50. Alright, 47. But then we had, who was it before Obama? Bush before Obama. And Bush was in his 50s, actually. I think he was damn near 60 by the end of his term, but... Was he? Bush is still alive. How old was Bush? He would have been, I think he's the same age as Trump. Maybe same year. And he was 99 to 07. Or was he? Fuck, I'm getting so confused right now, I'm tired. I think he was 99 to 07. No, he was 01 to 09. Dumb fuck. 01 to 09. Before him was Clinton, who was 93 to 01. Before him was Bush Sr., who was... Can I do maths? I don't think I can do maths. No. There was one in between. Did Bush Sr. do 2 terms or 1 term? No, he only did 1 term. He must have only done 1 term. Because 01 to 09 was Bush Jr., 93 to 01 was Clinton, 89 to 93 must have been Bush Sr., because 81 to 89 was Reagan. And before that was the dude that died last year. What was his name? Did he get to 100? I think he got to 100. And I don't remember his name. That's a bitch. I hate not remembering the name. But then it was him, and then it was him, the dude who died last year. And then I think there was another one. And then it was Nixon. And then after Nixon it was it Eisenhower, I think? Before Nixon it was Eisenhower, I think. Oh, but didn't Nixon's VP take over? Maybe that's the person who had the term after him. It would have been. Then there was still someone in between. Well, 77 to 81 was the dude who died last year. I think 70, I think it was 72 that Nixon resigned, so 72 to 77 was this one, I don't remember, and I think before that it was Eisenhower, because didn't Eisenhower do a term after JFK? Was Eisenhower the one with JFK? Am I misremembering that? Alright, let's do this in 30 minutes, I gotta quit. Bye, I'm gonna go look up presidents.